Welcome to another edition of Kingdom Fit Productions. It's your host, Mike the Fit Prince. Before we begin this video, make sure to click the like button, subscribe, turn on post notifications so that you are notified when I'm dropping other content. Share the video with your friends, your family, your associates, so that they may receive the value as well. Now, without further ado, enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of Kingdom Fit Productions. It's your host, Mike the Fit Prince, as you heard in that intro. I hope you guys like that intro. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into the video, guys, I really want to make sure that you like the video, comment, share your thoughts, subscribe, turn your post notifications on so that you are notified when I'm dropping other content. Share the video out so that other people can get the value as well. Great information is about to be dropped, great insightful things and everything like that. What we're going to be doing now is going into the second part of our 3-part series, going into making time for what's important to you, because it's very, very important that we as, brothers, sisters, those of all walks of life, understand what's important to you. Understand that you're going to make time for it as well. Because if it's truly important to you, you have to ask yourself, am I going to make time? Am I going to set some time out for the things that I want to get better, to really improve my life? So guys, I'm going on to the second part, which is dealing with the mental aspect concerning this. All right. We're going to be going over the mental aspect of why, making time for what you want to make time for, that's very important. It's going to be important to you, right? So going over the mental aspect, because see, I wonder how many of us nowadays just read anymore. Okay. So what do I mean by reading? Reading sharpens your mind. Okay. We like to dibble and dabble and try to look outside our four walls instead of coming inside and really taking in consideration, like, okay, here's this book, what's in it? Or maybe go into the library and be like, you know what, let me pick out something that's going to actually provoke thought, that's going to make me critically think, what's going to sharpen my mind and build my cognitive function up, right? So check me out, all right? Let me get a sip of my wine here. Yeah, that's pretty good. In a world where technology has become paramount, has become chief, supreme, can't get around it, right? A force to be reckoned with. It's something that you can't even escape. Technology, that's a part of our world today. Whether we agree with it, whether we disagree with it, we all have to use it at some point. It all has to be used for, our business, communication. It's crazy, it's crazy how big technology is, how acclimated we have become, when it comes to technology. It's become paramount within our lives. Instant gratification, right, has become the norm. Instant gratification has become the norm in our society since the onset of tech, right? So since technology has become like such a high and mighty superpower, right? Instant gratification is pretty much the offspring or result of this. A lot of times we pretty much find ourselves trying to get a dopamine hit, trying to get a little rush by looking at this video, looking at that video. You know what I'm saying? And having it pique our interest. If it's not interesting, boom, we swiping left. If it's not something necessarily educational, boom, we swiping right. Swiping up, swiping down. We need to find that dopamine hit. We need to find that fix that we need nowadays in a short amount of time too. You're gonna see where I'm going, right? Have we the people allowed ourselves to substitute the training of our minds with short attention spans? Our attention span has gone down the drain, ladies and gentlemen. Our attention spans are not like our forefathers. We can't sit down and have genuine, educational, motivational, intellectual conversations with each other. We can't do it because what is on our minds? Iron sharpening iron. That's pretty much a thing. Just not real. That's something in small pockets of the earth that people can get, or maybe in small pockets of the country, people can probably get, training, the training of their minds, pretty much get intellectual conversations out of somebody, out of an elder, out of somebody who has experience and someone who has the results to back up a lot of things that they are trying to teach, you see. But us, we think we have it figured out, and we're always going for that hit. You see what I'm saying? We're always going for that fix. We think we have life figured out, and we go through life based off our emotions and how we feel, So check me out, man. Have we the people allowed ourselves to substitute the training of our minds with short attention spans? See, we used to involve ourselves in activities of just like reading, like writing, journaling, and things of that nature, right? Journaling and expressing ourselves, through thoughts and everything like that, really being honest with ourselves of where we are at in life. But nowadays, we can't really seem to come to a truthful, solution for our lives, because we don't want to think. We don't really want to think about our lives. We don't really want to plan ahead. We don't want to think. We don't want to consider. We don't really want to we don't want to build our cognitive function up at all. And we see the result. We see the result of low cognitive function, low IQs, the immaturity of our men, the immaturity of the ladies, and things of that nature. You see, we live in a very immature society. Even though it seems as if we try to prop ourselves up as holier than thou. That's what I see. We always judging, even though we say we can't judge. We always doing it. Always in somebody else's business. See what I'm saying? But we're not focused on ourselves. So just as an individual will train his body to form it in its best shape, right? Do we train our minds the same way? Our minds are muscles too. We got to train them just like we train in the gym. We got to train them just like we train our biceps, our shoulders, our chest, our glutes, our hamstrings. We got to put more time and effort into our minds. We put so much emphasis on the outward exterior, but our inner exterior. Inner exterior. That's crazy. Oh man, inner exterior, bro. That's crazy. Yeah. Applaud me for that one. But anyway, the inner man is full of dead men's bones and all uncleanness, laziness, slothfulness. We don't have any drive to get better. We don't have any drive to sharpen what's up here. We don't have any drive or any ambition or any, we don't want to do that. We just don't want to do it. It's boring. We're about to fall asleep and get itis every single time that we try to sit down, read a book, listen to something for maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours. You see what I'm saying? Nobody can sit through an hour-long video anymore. We need 60 seconds. We need 30 seconds. At max, we probably need maybe 10 minutes. Oh, no, I got to do something else. It's like we just like children, man. We like children, just can't sit still. Our minds just can't sit still and focus on one particular thing. We just can't. We got to go do something else. We got to do this. We got to do that. See what I'm saying? Are we still children? Come on now. I thought we were adults. We got to be We got to be examples. You see, we got to be examples. We have to sharpen our minds and sharpen our thinking. You know, so just as you would train your body, you need to train your mind. We've went from paperback to electronics, right? Critical thinking, to just go with the flow. We just going with the flow of things. Meditation, you know, thinking, right? To entertainment and gossip. Entertainment and gossip. Really? That's crazy. Hey, why are we up on people's business? Why are we gossiping about this? Why are we gossiping about that? You know? I mean, yeah, certain things might pique your interest. I'm not saying there's not anything wrong with that, but as far as like just trying to be entertained by other people's mess and drama, don't you think you have something better to do with your life? Don't you think that you have something better to do with your life than always worried about what other people got going on? Why don't we get into our thoughts? Why don't we, you know, take some time out to really consider our lives, consider where we're at in our lives, and make a plan how to get better? How are we gonna advance in the next 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? What is our plan? Especially us brothers, what is our plan? We need to have a plan of action in our lives right now so that we don't make the same mistakes our forefathers did. You see? See, a lot of this stuff was not taught to us. We need to have a plan. We need to be proactive. We need to set ourselves up for success. The stuff that we do now is what's going to set ourselves up for what our lives are going to be. You know, you plant seeds of laziness, slothfulness, I don't care attitude. If you have this type of mentality and this type of action and attitude towards life, you're not going to succeed in life. Life is going to hit you like a truck if it hasn't already. You see what I'm saying? You're going to realize that, okay, I've been playing around. I'm 40 years old. You can have a midlife crisis. You ain't have nothing to do with your life. You don't have a plan. You don't have any purpose. What type of purpose do you have? But you didn't take time to figure it out. You didn't take time to work on your mental. You didn't take time to work on the inner man. You didn't take time to work on the heart, which is your mind. The heart is always gonna be wandering off trying to do its own thing. But you gotta train it to be focused. Just like you had the mind-muscle connection, you gotta train your muscles to really allow it to do what it wants you to do. You see? But you as a man have to make sure that your mind stays focused on the task at hand, right? You have to stay on the task at hand. Why are you all into this entertainment? Why are you into gossip? Why are you into somebody else's business? Tale bearing false witness, all this other stuff. Going into just madness. But you don't take time to work on yourself. You're judging others and making other people feel bad. When you, my friend, have things to work on, you have a beam in your own eye. See what I'm saying? Let me tell you about the importance of reading too, because my mother used to always tell me, son, you can't possibly just look at words on a paper, right? You can't just look at words on a paper and think you know how to read. And I always used to think I knew how to read. No one could tell me I couldn't read. I'm like, man, I can read. That's what you're talking about. I know how to read. I know how to read things on the paper, but I don't know how to comprehend. I don't know how to comprehend words. You know, at least, well, I didn't. I would look at something and it'd be like, yo, you know, hey, what does that mean? And it'd be like, let me go back and read. Nah. You just read it. You understand what it says, don't you? See, that's how you know how to read. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just reading for letting yourself hear yourself. It's about you understanding what you're reading, understanding how a story is played out, understanding what somebody might be saying. You hear something, you have to know how to listen. Listening is an art. It's something that you have to practice at and learn, but it's something you have to really make important to you. See, it wasn't important to me to understand, you know? But every time something, every time I didn't know how to comprehend or understand what I was reading, it would just be like, well, my mom did say that. My mom did say that. So, man, so like, hey, look, it is what it is. But that was a valuable lesson my mother taught me. Like, listen, you don't know how to read if you're just reading stuff on a paper. That's not reading, It's not listening. You just hearing somebody, but this goes in one ear and out the other. That's not it. You see what I'm saying? So the importance of reading, and it shows up because it shows up in your speech. It shows up when you're actually dealing with other people, You'll always have to ask, can you repeat that? To try to get them to understand. Because at first you didn't understand it. You see? How many of y'all have pretty much been through that? You see? How many people have been through that? You listen to somebody, it's just like, oh, wait, hold on, wait. You gotta, they were very clear as day. But it's just like, man, I need you to repeat that. It still happens to me, man. But that's the result. That's the result of not being able to read to understand. And I'm learning that now, So that's why I encourage you guys to definitely do that, So, another point that I wanted to make. Let me take another sip of my wine here. Come on now. Yes, sir. So the mind can be a very dangerous place. Your mind can get you in a lot of trouble. Your mind can really reveal true intentions. And those Bible believers out there, that the Most High, He is the one who tries the hearts. The Most High does not see as man sees. The Most High, God, does not look on the outward appearance. So a lot of the, just for example, a lot of the, Hebrew community, the Hebrew Israelite community, like to wear the fringes, like to wear the garments, like to show themselves out as righteous and things of that nature, And if you're not wearing these things, if you're not doing these things, oh, well, brother, you're breaking the law and everything like that. I'm like, well, okay. But the Most High is not seeing out on the outward appearance. Yeah, okay. He says that in his law. Absolutely. I'm all for, wearing the fringes and everything like that. But I know now, according to the mind, if my intentions are not pure, I can have fringes on, I can have armbands on, I can have a mitri on, I can have all these other things on, right? A sister can wear the dress, head wrap, all that from the foot all the way up to the head. She can be modest as possible, but still wicked as hell in her mind. Huh? She can still be wicked. You, my brother, can still be wicked. It doesn't matter what you wear. It doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter what you're saying. The intents of your heart is what the Most High looking at. So, the mind can be a very dangerous place. You got to be transformed by the renewing of it. Transform yourself by renewing your mind. You see? Focus on that. Is it really important to you? Is your mental more important to you? Or are you just worried about how people view you, how people perceive you in the outward appearance? You see? Are you worried about that? Or are you truly, are you really worried about other people seeing you on the outward appearance? Or do you truly want to, for Bible believers, serve God in spirit and in truth? Or I just want to, make the outward sepulcher, glorious, but inward is full of dead men's bones. Dried up. No substance, no life. You see what I'm saying? Mind can be a very dangerous place, but how often are we really checking ourselves? What is the intentions of our heart? What is the intentions of our minds? You see? We have to develop a mind that's ready to be instructed and then to instruct. Develop that mindset. Be instructed. Don't think you're above correction. Don't think you're above reproof and instruction and command. Don't think that. Develop your mind so that you can receive that. You see? Because all that's going to show is how maybe prideful you are or how humble you are. To be able to receive, instructions. Like I've been saying, don't keep repeating the word instruction. But develop that mind, and then once that happens, you'll be ready to instruct. You have to sit down in the classroom before you can go out there and be some teacher. You gotta be a student before you can be a professor, before you can be a master. You have to know how to submit before you can get others to submit to you. Can your mind be wrapped around that? Can you wrap your mind around that? Got to sit down sometimes. So I gave a lot of examples of mental exercises and strategies to give you, so that you can know what's important to you. Is it really important to you? Or is it just like, it's just, I won't worry about it, you know what I'm saying? I can probably deal with it later. Guys, I hope you liked that video. What I want you to do now is like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn your post notifications on so that you are notified when I'm dropping other content. So, comment, share your comments, and let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Are you taking your mental health seriously? Are you taking your mind to places it's never gone before? Do you have an open mind? Do you have a mind that is willing to receive information? It doesn't mean, a lot of what we have to get to the point too, but what we have to get to is having a mind that can be open to hear certain things that might have been against our programming, that might have been against what we believe and think. You see what I'm saying? Being able to consider it and then, hey, test it. Can you stand on what you believe? You know what I'm saying? Can you show your proof of why you believe what you believe? Or are you just following something else? You see what I'm saying? Or are you just following this? Or are you following that? Because it would just make sense to you. You see what I'm saying? So, are you training your mind in that way? You have to be strong. You have to develop your mental strength. You see? Guys, I really hope you liked this video. I hope it gave you some insight, especially for you younger guys, my age and under, and guys around my age, a little bit older. But hey, if any older folks have gained something from this, hey, shout out to you. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. Develop yourself mentally and physically, like we just went over in the last video. So, next one will be spiritual. Hope you guys are ready for that. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Spiritual. Knowing what's important to you from a spiritual perspective. Mike the Fit Prince, your host with Kingdom Fit Productions. I hope you guys have a great night. Peace out.